allegedly, right? But apparently, Hal Jordan is killed off in episode 1. Now, that's the rumor. That is the rumor. All right. We don't know if this is true. Okay. And then the Manhunters are the villains. But as Katie just explained, WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, Content Protection files DMCA strikes on Cosmic Book News along with other people, claiming a spoiler as copyrighted text. So basically, they're saying this rumor is real. Because why would you file a claim and say that it's a spoiler? By saying it's a spoiler, you're pretty much saying, okay, that's what's happening. And so, Hal Jordan dies in the first episode, which people are like, what the hell is going on here? All right. That's what pissed everybody off. But the fact that it got out of the barn and everybody started talking about it, then they started doing DMCA strikes. So we're going to talk about the strikes, number one, and how trash that is. And that kind of shows that DC is scrambling. They are scared. They are nervous because they know that they don't have anything for us. And they know people are absolutely going to be dog walking this entire series. They know that now. Okay, because once it got out of the barn, everybody started talking about it. That's number one. But then number two, why are you killing off Hal Jordan? What the fuck? Like, this is one of the greatest comic book characters in the history of DC, and you're killing him off in the first episode? Are you stupid? The answer is yes. Of course you're stupid. But I'm just stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. The number one, that they would do this at all, but then number two, when it gets out, they're going to start striking everybody. So that's why I got to say, there's a rumor that we heard on the grapevine, but it's I already did a video on it anyway. But I mean, this is just ridiculous, man. What are y'all thoughts on this whole situation? DC scrambling, running scared, striking channels, striking I think on X as well. Like, people are just getting took out, So Katie, Annie, start with you guys. What do y'all think?
Oh, I think it's gross. I think we've always talked about this stuff, and all they did was confirm to everybody that was true, rather than leading up to it, just having everyone speculating whether or not this was like a valid rumor or not.
Yeah.
And people could have been discussing this leading up to the show of whether or not, because there were still people who were like, they were saying they hoped it wasn't true, and that there was like some excuse of why this had gotten out. But then when you start striking people's channels, they were like, wait, so it 100% is true. You guys are just concerned about the fact that the reaction that people were going to have, which wasn't positive. And it also just shows that they just don't have any creativity in their body. The fact that you made it very clear that you kill off Hal Jordan in the very first episode, and that every other episode is just going to be flashbacks to a time when he was training Jon Stewart. That show sounds awful. We already assumed it was going to be trash, but to make it very clear that the reason you were doing the investigation wasn't for a different death, but it's actually Hal Jordan's death.
Hal Jordan's death, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's, by the way, James Gunn used to be the guy that all of his fans were saying, like, oh, he's so open, like he'll respond to fans on threads and shit. Look how like the tables have turned now that things aren't going so well, where like, it's such a bad look when you claim that you're like part of this whole comic community and you're out there striking people. The disingenuousness of like the way people, like he's saying, they're trying to like defend this. I've heard everything. I've heard what you guys don't like Jon Stewart. Dude, it's never been about not liking Jon Stewart. It's, first of all, why the fuck is Guy Gardner like your main like lantern?
Green Lantern.
Like, that's stupid. It's like, every time James Gunn makes stuff, he's showing that he only likes niche, weird shit. And so you have, like you said, dude, Hal Jordan, he's like one of people's favorite. He's like the main guy. And you're
goats.
like, you make him old. You make him, and it's not just that he's old. The trailer makes him look like a fucking loser. They had him be a scumbag. He's like, and everybody's like, oh, well, he would do those type of things. You're killing him off. It's like every single excuse they've used to try and justify it is falling to the wayside. It's everything that we all kind of were worried it was going to be. And I get a feeling this isn't the end of it. Like, if this is being leaked, I think there's more to come that they know. They know that people are going to be pissed off about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, we'll be covering Lanterns because I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a Sunday show on HBO Max. We'll be covering that, so we'll see what's up with it. T, how you feeling about it?
I feel like you know what it's going to probably do. Remember how we were all about Swamp Thing, the Swamp Thing remake they had on DC University, and how that was a good show, right? And remember, after the first episode, they had announced this show was killed off, it's canceled, cost us too much money. I think this show might actually be a really good show, but you know, it's like Andy said, like everybody said, like James Gunn is not going to be around next year, man. It's just not going to happen, dude. It's too much. It's too. His universe is too complicated. It's complicated, and it's complicated because he made it that way. He didn't deliver what he thought he could, and it's knockoff, man. It's knockoff. We're getting the Fashion Nova version of Superman. We're getting the Fashion Nova version of Wonder. Is that Supergirl or Super Guy or Super It? I mean, like, I'm surprised they didn't call her Super They Them. It's just, it's not. It doesn't make his universe is not interesting enough for you to stay involved. And I also think that's what's not helping them is we're talking about a post-COVID DC. Post-COVID DC is not cool. Just like a post-COVID Marvel isn't cool. Everybody's got to get their footing so they have a healthy balance. And they don't have a healthy balance in their scripts, in their storytelling, or anything. Yeah. You get one great show, you get one great show, and then you get 5 bad shows. The consistency level is not there. And that's what pisses off the fans because we're paying more, right? We have to wait longer. We're having to pay more, wait longer, and get less product, right? At a time where you're bored. I mean, like, no one wants to go outside. It's too expensive to go outside. I'd like to stay inside the house, read a book, or watch something on TV and be entertained. I'm paying a lot of money to be entertained, man. Like, come on. And he's not apologetic about anything. He never screws up. So he doesn't take any accountability with the fans. And you want me to spend more money with you and you don't take any accountability? You set this up. You chose David Cornsweet. You chose Millie Alcott. You approved those scripts. When are you going to take some accountability? You said, hey, this is going to be a great idea for Peacemaker season 2. I'm going to alienate the fans. I'm going to do this racist stuff. What? These comic books are supposed to pull people together, not pull them apart.
That's what I've been saying, man. That's what I've been saying. It's such a divisive universe, you know, where everybody is just like on one side or the other, you know. It's like the gun gooners love it, but like it seems like nobody else does. And then when people start coming at the gun gooners and say, hey, man, this ain't really working. You know, they get pissy. So they get upset. So it's like none of this is working out, man. Angel,
I'm so tired of this race stuff, dude. They can cut it out, dude.
They need
cut it out.
I mean, like I said, I don't feel like even the average person is excited to see this show. I don't see any reason why they had to kill off Hal Jordan. Like, he was the prototypical Green Lantern that everybody wanted to be even afterwards. Even you're trying to show the person that he's training what he's supposed to be as far as like Hal Jordan. So it's like, why kill the guy off? You know what I mean? Didn't make any sense. And like I keep repeating, some of the stories that I've seen animation wise are way better than this storyline that they're dropping. I just feel like like I said, I don't want this universe anymore. I'm not interested. I'm going to watch the show because it's, you know, we got to watch it. But like, if I was not really doing this, I would not watch this show. I would not waste my time anymore with anything regarding DC or James Gunn. And it's just that feeling right now that I have. I really feel like this is just a waste of time. And I'm just looking at it burn. I'm looking at something burn right in my eyes that I just never thought that would happen. Because I had high hopes for James Gunn. I really thought that he was going to do better than what he's doing right now. But once you started seeing some of those chinks in the armor and you just, it was peeling off more and more and more, you just really realized from that point on, like, this is not the man that needs to be heading the studio or doing anything. And he needs guidance. He needs somebody to always slap him in the back of the head and tell him, no, this is not going to work. Do it this way. You know what I mean? Like, you have to pay attention and do it correctly. He's more assertive in that type of a direction instead of giving him free will. When you give him that free will, you're going to get stupidity, you know, and I'm interested right now in seeing the stupidity until he's fired. So carry on, James Gunn.
All right. But we got one more topic.